don't be the way to go. Maybe I should take it slow.
The office buzzed like usual, phones ringing, keyboards clacking, and low murmurs echoing off the glass walls. But everything came to a jarring halt the second he walked in. You saw him the moment he entered the floor. Black tailored suit, crisp white shirt slightly. The top dark hair styled like and a jawline that could slice glass. The air around him practically shimmered. Even the senior executives looked up. Your stomach flipped. Him. Why did he have to look that good today? You quickly turned back to your screen, clicking aimlessly on an Excel sheet that didn't need your attention. He didn't speak at first, but you knew he saw you. 'Cause his steps slowed near your desk. 'Cause you could feel his gaze. 'Cause your heartbeat stuttered like a faulty engine.
Morning.
He finally said, voice low and smooth, coffee and... You didn't look up.
Morning.
You replied flatly, pretending you didn't just imagine that voice whispering in your ear instead. Silence. Then he chuckled. A small sound.
Not even going to look at me?
He asked. Youre, and typed something random.
No.
You said bluntly.
No?
He repeated, amused. You kept your eyes glued to the screen.
You're too distracting today.
That made him pause. Then lean.
That's so?
He murmured now, close to your ear.
Should I leave the floor then?
You refused to look.
Please do.
Ouch.
It wasn't just one day. You did it again the next day. And the one after that. You avoided eye contact. Took late lunch breaks. Left meetings before he could corner you. Sat on the other end of the conference room. You were civil but cold. All because every time he smirked, every time he adjusted his tie or rolled his sleeves up or ran a hand through that hair, you forgot how to breathe. You couldn't function around him anymore. So you avoided him. But oh, he noticed.
Hey.
He stopped you by the elevator one evening. The office was nearly empty. You blinked up at him.
Yes, Mr. Park.
He narrowed his eyes.
Don't do that.
Do what?
Call me like I'm your boss.
You're my boss.
You didn't care last week when you dragged me into the file room and argued over the marketing pitch for 20 minutes.
I wasn't being distracted then.
He exhaled slowly, stepping closer. The elevator dinged, but neither of you moved.
So let me get this straight. You're avoiding me 'cause I look good?
Exactly.
And if I showed up looking like a gremlin tomorrow?
I'd probably talk to you again. You're too...
He blinked.
You think I'm?
You immediately regretted the words. You muttered.
Say it again.
He said, stepping forward, voice lower.
You think I'm...
Forget I said anything.
You know.
He whispered.
There are better ways to handle attraction than avoidance.
I wasn't handling anything. I was...
Running.
He interrupted.
From me.
You swallowed. The elevator door closed behind him. Then he leaned in.
I'm not gonna let you ignore me anymore.
He said, voice like velvet.
You think I'm too handsome? I'm gonna make that your problem.
From that day, he stepped it up. The sleeves got rolled higher. Ties disappeared. He laughed more in meetings, loud, deep laughs. He called your name often, walked too close, spoke too softly. The small of your back. One morning, he leaned against your desk, sipping coffee slowly. You tried not to look.
You like the blue shirt, don't you?
You froze. He smirked.
I saw how your eyes widened the last time I wore it.
I was squinting.
You pushed your chair back.
Youre.
He followed you.
You're the one who called me to talk to. What's a guy supposed to do with that kind of information?
Act normal.
But it's fun watching you squirm.
I'm not squirming.
He laughed.
You are now.
Friday night. You stayed late to finish reports. He did too. Coincidence? Maybe. Or not. The office was silent. Empty. Just the two of you. The hum of your computer the only sound. You didn't notice him behind you until he said,
You're still avoiding my eyes.
You sighed, eyes still fixed on your screen.
Because every time I look at you, I forget what I'm supposed to say.
A pause. Then,
Good?
you looked up finally. And there he was, leaning on your desk again, but this time closer. His tie was off. Shirt. Just enough. Hair slightly messy. Eyes locked on yours.
Do you want me to stop?
He asked, voice low.
No.
You whispered.
Then stop pretending you don't want this.
He leaned in, slowly giving you time. You didn't move. And then it wasn't gentle. It was months of tension exploding in. Hands tangled in hair. Moved like he'd waited forever. You. Back just as. When you broke apart, he looked breathless.
You still think I'm too handsome to talk to?
He murmured. You smirked, running your hand through his collar.
No.
You whispered.
Now you're just handsome enough to me.
5 years later. The old office felt like a distant dream now. Deadlines. Glances stolen. In elevators, replaced by the quiet hum of a suburban morning. You were standing in the kitchen, barefoot, hair messy, one arm rocking a tiny bundle swaddled in soft yellow. The baby, your baby, was finally asleep. The soft rise and fall of his chest calmed your heartbeat. Behind you, the sound of keys and footsteps echoed through the hallway.
Home.
Came that deep, familiar voice.
And I brought coffee and muffins and sanity, I hope.
You turned, smile softening.
You're a lifesaver.
He stepped into the kitchen in a black long-sleeve shirt and joggers, hair a bit tousled from the wind and still too handsome for your peace of mind. But this time you didn't run. You never had to again. He placed the tray down and walked over, peeking at the sleeping baby on your shoulder.
Our son's,
He whispered with a grin, brushing your hair behind your ear.
kept you up again?
You nodded, voice low.
3 times. I think he sleep.
Can't blame him. His mom's too pretty to take his eyes off.
You gave him a look.
Don't with me when I haven't showered and my...
He chuckled. Your forehead.
I'll with you no matter what. Get used to it.
You looked at him, really looked. Same. Jawline. Same smirk that once made you turn and flee down office corridors. Now it just made your heart ache with gratitude.
Do you remember?
You murmured.
When I ignored you for weeks just because you were too good looking?
He smirked.
and you made me lose my mind.
You laughed softly, shifting the baby into his arms. He took the child like he'd done it 1,000 times, gentle, practiced, tender.
I still think you're too handsome.
You whispered. He raised an eyebrow.
Thinking about running again?
You shook your head, stepping into his.
No,
You said, resting your forehead against his.
this time I want to stare for hours.
He. Slowly, no rush, no. Just warmth. Years of love, trust, and passion poured into a simple moment. As your baby cooed softly between you, the morning sun spilled golden light through the window, illuminating the little family that started with one too handsome man and a girl who tried to look away, but couldn't.